But yeah, how do you think this is gonna happen? How do you think they're gonna bring in like a North American Union style system? A North American Union style system of government where we're governed by that consists of Canada, Mexico, U.S. and Canada, but they won't even exist. It'll be just North American Union and 3 states, consisting of Mexico, America, and Canada. How do you think they're gonna do this? How do you think this could happen? What do you think the debt we have? We have about $37 trillion in debt, and we can't pay it back. It's imagine if you have a home or if you have a car and you have to, or if you have to have about like 20 loans to a car, and it doesn't work very well. It doesn't work very well, and you talk about your car loan, and you can't pay it off. And what do you do? What do you do when you can't pay off your debt as a country? What do you do when what do you think you do to the government? What do you think you do to the what do you think? What happened? $37 trillion. $37 trillion. Okay, we're talking not a thing like when you talk about $37 trillion, what do you think you get? Well, what do you think they'll do? They'll say, let's create something that makes the World Trade Center debacle look like a carpet spark. And meaning let's basically bring in this type of government, or let's bring in this type of system. Because let me tell you something, we can't pay off the $37 trillion. We've been downgraded, from a AAA to a AA plus. Our credit rating, and how do you think they're gonna do it? You can't use a pandemic anymore. You can't use a cyber pandemic because, there's tech savvy individuals that know how to use a VPN. You can't use it, and you gotta create something that you gotta bring in something. And you can't use something like, you can't send us back to the Stone Age. Because that would basically prevent a government from being formed. So you gotta create something like something that makes the World Trade Center debacle, obviously, look like a carpet spark. Because to bring in it's like, if you're a store owner, if you're a person that's bankrupt, what do you think the store owners do sometimes? They set the fire to the store and get the insurance money. It's an insurance policy. It's like, so they can get money. They do sometimes criminal things, or sometimes things that are criminal, or that are risque. What do you think they do? I tell you what they do. They set fire to the store, get the insurance money, after it's done, after it's damaged, after it's burned to the ground, and then they rebuild, and they get all the money. What do you think you're gonna? You have to realize your country's bankrupt. We can't pay it all back, and in a couple of years, the debt will outpace the military spending. And the debt. So they need a new type of government, something that basically that's mandatory. That Canada and Mexico have to, and America, all merge into one, because our countries our country's financially insolvent. You know, our country's financially broke. It's 37 trillion in the hole. What do you think's the logical way? You know, there was this little discrepancy before the World Trade Center debacle with the magic show, to say the least, with Rummy, with the nose guy, with no-nose guy. What do you think's gonna happen this time around? The most logical reason is to have something that makes the World Trade Center debacle look like a carpet spark. A little carpet spark. Because our country, when I was about in 8th grade, was only 9 trillion, or 8 trillion, or 6 trillion. It's not that anymore. It's 38, or it's gonna be 37 to 38 trillion. Gonna go up to 40 trillion, and we can't pay this stuff back. So the most logical reason, the most logical explanation is have something that makes the World Trade Center debacle look like a carpet spark. Until next time, I'm Mega Leo signing off.